Good afternoon. Let me get a moment here just to get started over on Facebook as well. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Ask Me Anything. We'll get started here in just a minute. I have a feeling the turnout today is going to be pretty low. It's a Friday, it's summer, it's nice. And once again, I didn't have time to really promote this week. Also, we're skipping Instagram this week. We're just on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to check us out on Facebook, head over to superstarseo.com/Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, then go over to... Nope, that's what I just said. If you're on Facebook, go to superstarseo.tv. If you're on YouTube, go to superstarseo.com/Facebook. So just go ahead and load up your questions on whatever platform you're on, and I'll line them up and knock them down. Actually, you know what? Let me do one thing real quick. The lighting is not quite right, so... Really professional. Much better. That's interesting. There's a lag on Facebook, and I'm waiting to see myself. There I am. Go ahead and answer some of the pre-questions we had, but right now there's literally nobody on. So let me go ahead and share this and see if I can't drum up some business. Otherwise, this will be a short one, much like me. Self-deprecating humor, the best kind. Guys, just load up your questions and we'll get started. I'm just sharing this to a few different places to see if we can get some more people on. I didn't advertise this at all, so we may just end up cutting this short today. All right, now we're getting some people to come in. Tim says, I got a high PA domain that has all the keyword anchor text for all a specific branded painting application. Any suggestions on what to do with the domain? PBN, sell to a painter like Ted, and drop it. High PA domain that has all the keyword anchor text for all a specific branded painting application. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have any use for it as a PBN, then you can use it on. But if it's got good links coming to it and power and stuff, I say go for it and use it as a PBN. Nobody on YouTube yet. I mean, there's people, but there's no questions yet. Question, any tips for getting over the hump of trying to work a day job and starting an agency? Absolutely. A day job, I assume, is like 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or something like that. That gives you from 5 till, I hate to sound like Gary Vaynerchuk, but till like 1 in the morning, to work on your business. Also, it depends on the type of job you have. I worked on my business a lot while I was at my job. even though I probably shouldn't have been, but I would send emails or make calls when I could. If I had to take a call, I would go into the bathroom sometimes just to hide from people. Just use every spare moment you have at your disposal to grow your business. It'll go slow that way, obviously, but it can be done. I did it, and there's countless other stories of people who did it. So just take advantage of all the free time you have, after work, on your lunch break, at night, in the morning, something. Like, you only need a few hours a day, and if you really want it bad enough, you'll be able to squeeze that in. So that's kind of my answer to that. Michael says, what's happening, brother? Not much, Michael. What's going on with you? All right, guys. Not getting many questions today, so we may end up wrapping this up, or may end up wrapping this up. If there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. But I know I didn't advertise this very heavily, and there's like almost nobody here because it's the middle of the afternoon on a Friday. I almost canceled because I'm absolutely exhausted from what's been a pretty long week. But anyway, let's see. Like Frankie says, link no work. Yeah, actually, Frankie, the link works fine. You have to go to the link and join the group. All right. Let's see if we got any more questions yet. No. So this may be a quick one. We will give it till 3:15, and then we'll call it a day. We got 10 or so people on, but nobody's really talking, and I didn't have anything in particular I wanted to talk about. So yeah. Been focusing a lot on Instagram this week. Been getting some good growth over there. So check me out at Superstar SEO. There's only so long I can talk to myself, guys. So if you don't have anything for me, that's quite all right. I can go do some other stuff. No hard feelings. What's your method to grow Instagram? 1 second. Just getting a little technical stuff here out of the way. Since I only have one question in the queue, we're going to take a second to get that situated. Yeah, so the main thing I've been doing to grow Instagram is finding content that other people have used that's gone somewhat viral and reposting that, but like putting my own twist on it. And I've been using it as a blog kind of where I just, take a picture and then I'll just cover a topic and just go into it. And that's been really popular. And then you kind of have to identify hashtags that work really, really well for your industry and take advantage of those. And then stories to help drive traffic here and there. Because, once you have 10,000 followers, you can put a link in your story. So that's been helping generate some sales. And Instagram's been growing real fast. So those are kind of the main things. I also, I took, I didn't buy it as part of my Black Club Card membership, but I got the Hgram course that Alex Becker put out. So one second, guys. Oh, I see the issue. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, anyway, finding content that other people have already shared, influencers, and like replicating that and trying to match it to your audience. That's helped really well. And then the blog post type posts have worked really well for me. Other people don't do that, but that's what's working well for me. And I'm adding, 50 to 100 people a day or so. So that's kind of what's working well for me. If you're just joining us, we're just doing straight up Q&A/AMA. If you have any questions, check us out. You can also check out superstarseo.com/trial for free, not a free trial, but a $1 trial of Superstar SEO Academy, the greatest SEO course in the history of mankind, is voted for by me, my partner Jeff, and my mom. All right. Definitely going to have, I'm thinking about doing is hiring someone to manage my organic marketing, meaning like I should have emailed and posted about this all week long and I totally slipped my mind. I'm getting to where I can even handle all that on my own. So I'm thinking that I'm going to have to bring someone on to do that or else get somebody that's already working for me to handle that because I'm not going to keep doing these if no one's going to show up. I mean, we're not no one, but so that's kind of my thought on that. Give it another 5 minutes or so because we are adding another person here and there. It's almost as if this isn't like a high priority to people's week. You have the perfect person for me? Sorry, I'm not dating right now. Yeah, I know what you meant. That was me attempting to be funny. All right. Frankie finally got on, so that's good. Yeah, well, I mean, the first, until last week, these were doing really well, but I would start promoting them on Monday, and then people would kind of show up. But the last couple of weeks have been pretty slow, and I get it. It's because it's Friday and it's summer and things like that, and without constant reminders, but there are other areas like that I'm not doing as well on as I should. So I'm going to bring somebody on. I think I'm just going to get somebody that works for me who's always asking for more work to do it. Jason says, "What's up, dude? What's up, Jason?" So, I mean, Grant Cardone says that when you find that you're having new problems, that you're doing something right. And lately I've had a lot of new problems. So I guess I must be on the right track to some degree. How do you CPA offer landing pages outside USA? I guess you could use a VPN or like a high HMA or something like that. A VPS could work too. You're just going to have to get an outside IP address. I didn't know that they blocked them because obviously I haven't done any of that outside of the USA. And this is Rajat that's asking. So that's kind of the only solution that I know of. If they don't allow it outside of the USA, I don't know how good that's going to do you long term, but that's pretty much all I can think of, unless, if you have access to a United States IP address and that sort of thing. So hopefully that makes sense. Contacts are bothering me today. Boom. Love your freelance course. What tool would you say is the biggest investment to use to provide services on legit? It depends on what you are. Like if you're in creative stuff or if you're into like SEO. Message retracted. That's interesting. I don't know. Like link building tools were really great to do that with creative stuff. Like I don't know, if you buy some tool, that one of those AppSumo tools that'll create videos, things like that do pretty well. Like that's what I did with GSA. That's how I covered the cost of it. Cinewire, same thing. Cinewire's actually paid off a billion times, over. But things like that. Anything that people want, where they want the tool, but they don't want to pay for it on the regular, is something that you can kind of use it for yourself on the regular and then cover the cost by letting them pay for it, basically. So that's a great strategy for doing a freelance business. Got retracted. That's cool, Rajat. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you other than to just, use a VPN or a VPS or something. No, that's okay. No need to apologize. But something like that to just, to simulate where you are. So otherwise, there's not much you can do about it, unfortunately. I don't really do a lot of, I can't remember if you asked CPC or CPL, but I don't do a ton of that anymore because it just, there's other, like I said, I can't even keep up with what I'm doing, but I think there's probably ways around it. Jason says, have you seen any ways people are promoting their legit services that are working better than others? Yes. Basically what I teach in my legit course, but the people that are doing really well are putting up lots of services so they can offer anything that people like. They are offering them at lower prices to begin with and then upping the price as time goes on. They are being helpful in other communities and they're therefore building a reputation for themselves. They're building groups and email lists and things like that. Robbie's doing a really good job with that. Caleb is doing a really good job with that, of building groups and building their own community that's unique to them. Like it's not just, SEO group number 1 million, but like Robbie's is very specific to mapped. Caleb's is very specific to drip feeding, things like that. So building a community and establishing yourself as an authority are working really, really well for people. And adding lots and lots of services is working really well for a couple of people too. People that I don't necessarily know. So I can't really tell you their whole strategy, but that's what I'm seeing. If you want to know the categories that are doing really well, content creation is doing very well, like article writing, that sort of thing. I'm actually surprised at how well that's done. And then link building, of course, is done very well. And we're getting more and more graphic orders. Like that's kind of because that's what I've been focused on. And something that Russell Brunson teaches is that whatever you focus on is what gets bigger or better. And what I've been focusing on is getting more creative people on. So that's been growing as well. So, but there's still openings in there. And with what you do with video, I guarantee you could at least make, you could get some really high quality, like BSLs and that sort of thing. And you could probably sell one or two a week. I know that's not world beating, but yours are going to be more expensive for the higher quality. And I guarantee there's a market for it there. So hopefully that answers that. No problem. No problem. Anything to help out. And it doesn't hurt that I benefit from it too, but I really do like to help out. All right, guys. Any more questions? Otherwise, this will be a quick one. Next week, I'm going to do a much better job at promoting this. A little upset with myself because I look forward to this and I didn't promote it and nobody's showing up. So I'm going to stop belaboring that point. But, I don't want to be a typical internet marketer who's saying, oh my God, there's hundreds of people on, So let me grab some water. Let's see what else have we got. Let me ask you guys something. I would like to start bringing on some more guests. Can you suggest some people for me? Is anybody you'd like to see? Be reasonable. I'm not going to get Elon Musk or even like a Becker or somebody like that. But would you like to be on, or is there somebody you'd like to see on? Somebody that has an expertise in a certain thing, anything like that. So let me know. So let me see if I feel like I missed a question. No, maybe not. Is there anybody I should bring back? I know I'm going to have Scott on again soon, and I'll probably have Mandy on again soon, but I don't want to just repeat the same people. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Cool. All right, guys, we'll give it another minute, and then we're going to wrap up. Frankie says, would you say SEO has changed a lot in the last 2 to 3 years? Are PBNs still as effective as they were? If so, is it still effective for sniper targeting local cities, for example, rhinoplasty plus suburb? Honestly, there haven't been that many changes. I think that on-page is more important now, but PBNs still work. You definitely want to go after local terms, but if you're talking about like gigantic 400,000 page sites for local cities, I don't find those to be an effective income stream anymore because they just they don't stay indexed long enough. So how are Brian Dean, Matt Diggity, etc. different? I don't know what Brian Dean offers. I mean, I know the name and I know who he is. I don't know what he sells. Diggity actually doesn't sell services anymore as far as I know. If he does, then I can't answer that. But I thought I remembered reading that he stopped doing his PBN links. I thought he sold that business off. So I don't know, to be honest. And as far as I know, they don't have a similar business to me. I have the platform, and then I'm going to have the DFY service that's launching next week. Hopefully next week, maybe the week after that. It'll definitely launch next week for Academy members. I'm talking about a done-for-you SEO service that Jeff and I are launching to some people, and I'm going to be launching it to others. So I don't know, man. I've literally never seen one thing by Brian Dean. I don't know. For whatever reason, I didn't connect with him. Diggity, I know he sold PBN links, but he rented his, which I don't like. I don't think that's a fair business model to customers. But I also get it because it's easier to manage the cost that way. But I will never offer a rented link. To me, it's too much to keep track of, and it's not something I'm going to do. So I guess that answers your question, maybe. Yakum. So hopefully that helps with that. Michael says he's got some PBN network. Apparently, it just changed names. I thought he sold it, but I could be wrong. I really don't keep up with the SEO community as much as I used to. I keep up with like SEO, but I don't know. There's like a lot of gossip and stuff that it just doesn't interest me. So I'm going to give myself a heart because I'm not feeling loved. There we go. Oh, Dave is on. What's up, Dave? Dell says, what's up, brother? Quick question regarding the design services. Okay, go for it. Yep, I got you. Let me know. Oh, okay. Oh, no worries. No worries. Yakum says, I pronounced his name pretty well. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. I've been working, and I'm not going to lie. I haven't been working on it. I listened to the recording you sent me, and I remembered it. So that's probably as close as I'm going to get. So I'm not going to apologize for getting it wrong any further, if that's not perfect. You know what's interesting? And while Dale's typing out his question, I have a better camera on the Facebook feed than I do on the YouTube feed, but the YouTube feed looks much sharper. Interesting. Must be the lighting. Dell says, as a graphic designer in the past, I'm cool with offering my services, but in what facet would you recommend? What I would do is we have the ability to create packages. So I would start with I would have like a very basic one. Like, I don't want to tell you the price, but maybe a $5 or $10 one. And then you can have like the bigger one be a better quality, or you include the PSD and the vector files and stuff. I don't know these terms very well, so if I get that wrong, forgive me. But what else? You can come up with creative ways of selling the same thing. So you could do you could offer it as like an image for a legit service, like present it in that way. Or you could offer it as like a Facebook cover photo and offer it in that way. Oh, logos, definitely. Yeah, I'm sorry. He asks, logos, business cards, ad design, etc. But yeah, like you can do social media style images basically for, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever. That'll work really well. Logos for sure. Business cards, probably not. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to have it there, but I wouldn't think that would be a top seller because most people that are on there are going to be looking for digital items as opposed to physical ones. Graphic design, like independent of logo, like banners, things like that would do well. But yeah, just come up with different ways to position the same thing. And I think that would help you get a lot of sales that way. Because while we're adding quite a bit more, there's still a big opening for that sort of thing there. So if you can do some quality work, you can definitely do well. And matter of fact, somebody that works for me was asking about it today, and I'd had someone I could have sent them. So I had someone for specifically what they asked for. I could have sent them to it. So hope that helps. Frankie says, in the feature of the week application, there's no area to upload my examples. Will you request it if I get chosen, or should I send? Eventually, my assistant will reach out to you and ask for an example if it's a service we're interested in, which probably will. We respond to most of them. So if it's something that we're interested in, she will email you at the email that you included on the application and ask you for an example. Connor says, hey, Chris, do you usually power up guest posts? If so, what's your strategy? Usually, no. Sometimes, yes. You can just do PBN links to them. I like to send a little bit of social to them to make the link look more popular. But that's pretty much it. It's just think of it as like another tier. You could send some Web 2.0s or something to them to simulate popularity, I guess. Christopher says, what is the cheapest platform for webinars? thinking of doing it, but they're all pretty pricey. But I think Zoom has like a $69 a month plan. That would probably be the cheapest one. Yeah, that's I think the least expensive one that I know of. But you're right, they all are pretty pricey. Like Demio, I wouldn't use Demio anyway, but I think it's like $89 a month or something like that. And then GoToWebinar, which is the one that I use the most, is like $109, I think. So they're all pretty expensive. I think Zoom is probably the least expensive though. I really need to start turning my phone off because even on vibrate, it's impossible not to check when something comes up. So. All right, we will give it another minute or two, and if there's no more questions, we'll wrap it up. Everybody's shy today. So there are quite a few people on, but nobody wants to ask anything. That's okay. Zoom is 14. I think there's an add-on you have to get to do webinars because I think it's for conferences to begin with, but I think there's an add-on to do webinars, but I could be wrong about that. I only briefly used it, so. Connor says, for outbound link patterns on your PBN networks, PBNs linking to the same money sites, how far do you usually push that? For my customers, I don't push it at all. If they order, 10 links from 2 sites, I do my absolute best to not cross streams. But in my experience, you can get away with quite a bit. Not that that's best practice, but avoid it as much as possible. Do it when you don't have another choice. I know you were probably looking for a specific number, but that's the best answer I can give is don't do it if you can avoid it, but you can probably get away with it if you need to do it because PBNs are expensive, and it's a pain to have a separate PBN for every client, especially if you get like the lower paying, like, excuse me, the like $1,000 a month type clients. So, and less. Alex says, I changed my content up because I didn't have enough keyword density. I dropped from page 2 to page 4. Is that typical? I mean, without knowing the entire situation, it's hard to say, but it could be a lot of things. I would be surprised if that was the only culprit. How long has it stayed down? Let me ask you that. Let's check this. I think you can get somebody else on. Nah. Today, you just changed it today and it dropped today? If so, then I would just ignore that. It's probably random. Just let it sit for a bit and see what happens. Have a good weekend, Chris. I'm promoting the Academy to other SEOs in my network. Awesome. Yeah, by the way, anybody that wants to get into Academy for free, if you sign up 2 people, you've paid for your own membership. So superstarseo.com/affiliate-signup. For people that are not in the Academy yet and reading this, go for your trial and see how much value there is for you. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that. We put a lot into it, and financially we don't get that much out of it, but it's very gratifying to see how much it's helped people out. So he's talking about Superstar SEO Academy, available for $1 trial at superstarseo.com/trial. Alex says yes. Yeah, if you just change it today, I would just chill for a bit. And you can do a fetch and render if you want, and then just kind of wait and see what happens. So. I'm hungry. It's not quite lunchtime yet, but I really have to stop saying every little thing that comes into my head. All right, ladies, gentlemen, and Michael. Anything else? See what I did there? We'll jab at Michael. Eat on stream. Yeah, that would do really well. Maybe I could do it as like a paid endorsement, right? Wow, this Subway sure is good. I actually don't even like Subway. I don't know why that was my example. All right, guys, we'll give it another minute or two. Otherwise, we will wrap this up. Take us for an apartment tour? No. I knew somebody was going to ask for that eventually, but man, my apartment is so unimpressive. I want to keep up the illusion. No, for real though, it's just like a 2-bedroom thing, and the only cool thing about it, really, I mean, I don't even use what I have. So I've thought about like getting an oceanfront condo because they're really cheap here, but we get a lot of hurricanes, so it doesn't seem like a good investment. But I like my view, but that's about it. You know, otherwise it's just a place to do stuff. But I may do the oceanfront condo at some point anyway, just because, you know, it'd be nice to own something. No, that link, I'll drop it in there for you, Jakob. I believe that's it. I may bring one of my cats on one day, though. He's more charismatic than I am, so that might actually help bring in some people. Thank you. This actually ended up being a pretty good session, even though the attendance was a little lower than normal. But like I said, that's my fault. So I will work on that. Callian says he has 2 kittens, 20 days old. That's awesome. I love cats. I have both of mine are really old. One of them is probably around 15, and the other one I don't know. They were both strays because, you know, I'm a softie like that. But I love my cats as much as they get on my nerves. Alan says, with condo, good luck getting flood and storm insurance. That's one reason why condos are inexpensive in Myrtle Beach. Yeah, I know. I know it's not a good investment, but I don't really want a house because I'm not convinced that I'm going to live here. So I want something that will be easy to rent. And plus, I think it would just be cool. But I don't know. It's just a random thought. All right. I think that we've had enough for today. Enough fun for today. You know, like I said, check out superstarseo.com/trial. It's $1 to check it out for 14 days. If you don't like it, you cancel. If you do, you stay on and you get to hang out with some really cool people and me. So yeah, I self-deprecated that same joke. So that's good. But and do me a favor, check me out on Instagram at Superstar SEO. Really having some fun with that, and it's going really well. So if you're watching on Facebook, check out superstarseo.tv. And if you're watching on YouTube, check out superstarseo.com/Facebook. Connor says, thanks so much. Thank you, Connor. I'm glad to help. And thanks, guys, Facebook, YouTube. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.